Atlanta Motor Speedway is the fourth stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour as we head there for the Bass Pro Shops 500. 33 laps of madness on this 1.54 mile racetrack under the lights here. On the pole for this event, car number 21 at 197 miles an hour. It is Austin Talley. He'll be flanked by Joshua Balkin in the 66 car. He was alongside. Row 2 has Arnold Columbia, car 27. And beside him, the 75 of Charlie Rodriguez is alongside of him. Row number 3 has Henrietta Fitzwater and Zachary Fitzwater. The Fitzwaters have row 3. Henrietta in 55, Zachary in the 30, the Daytona 500 champ. Pair of veterans, Dylan Poteet in 31 starts inside row 4. Alongside of him, Sean Galligan in 17. So a pair of veterans alongside, good friends too, I might add. Mike Becker has car inside row 5 and 43, and the 26 of Stephanie Naylor in the Quaker State colors. Row number 6 has Preston Plord in 18, and beside him Chris Dallerton in car 33, the season 10 champ of the series. Then it's Keith Batson in 28 and William Duncan in car 22, who has the 7th row. Here comes the command to fire them up here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines.
Lot better command than what we had at Las Vegas, I have to say. Dalton Day in car 20 has inside row number 8. He'll be flanked by the season 11 champ of the series, Jessica Shelton, in car number 9, in the Coors Light Melling Ford. And then Kev Shear and Ian Dutta has the 9th row as well. Atlanta Motor Speedway is always a fun place to race, as we all know. Can create some exciting finishes and can create some tremendous racing to boot. And you're going to be seeing it all today in 33 laps. Ford and Pontiac as the front row. Austin Talley, his first pole of the season in the sit-go Ford, flanked by this Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Pontiac of Joshua Balkin. Green flag waves. We're back. We are underway in Atlanta. Up through the gears they go. Austin Talley out in front. Arnold Columbia, car 27. And who's veteran of many of the Trent Dunham series, as a matter of fact, including his ARCA series, his truck series. In fact, was one-time champ, I think, in his truck series. I'm not sure. He's now up in the high side. Henrietta Fitzwater dives inside of Talley. Who led that first lap? It's Talley who does. And oh my gosh, forward wide in turn number 1. This is not going to work. And oh, and no it don't. Talley's into the wall hard. I think Poteet's around. And now they're really bogged down here. Austin Talley gets spun out by Joshua Balkin. Mike Becker leads the lap. But they got log jammed for about a half a lap here at Atlanta. I don't know what the heck was going on. But I knew when they got 4 wide, it wasn't going to work. Let's look again as to what happened. Keith Batson, I think, in 20, he just he goes up, hits the 18 of Preston Plorson's up the track, takes Joshua Balkin and Dylan Poteet with him. And Batson was one who spun Poteet around. There's where the log jam happened. What the heck? All they're just basically doing is this log jamming against the wall, scrubbing speed. And that's pretty much all they're doing. They're just locked together. The 66 of Balkin, the 21 of Talley, and the 27 of Columbia. The 26 of Naylor is in there too. And Jessica Shelton, she's stuck behind us as well. There was Poteet. He spun car. No harm, no foul for Poteet. There's Joshua Collard. He goes inside and he passes them. So does eventually Shelton, Naylor, and Sosnowski. And then finally, Austin Talley, he's trying to get his car back under control. Then finally, Joshua Balkin says, I can't take it no more, and he just spins Tally around blatantly. I don't know if Arnold Clemens got any... I'm sure he's got a scraped up side. I'm sure of that. He and Balkan and Tally as well. What the heck? This is going to make for some interesting in-car camera views. And first from Austin Tally. Real time. Now, Poteet, we saw Poteet slam the inside retaining wall, though, so he's really basically... And there's where Tally got turned. Now, Austin Tally got his car to start back up. And now from Dylan Poteet's view. How nobody else crashed into Poteet was beyond me. That was amazing. And Poteet's been knocked out of the race, so he's the first retiree of the day. But as the dust settled, it is now Mike Becker who brings the King Richard Petty colors out in front of the race here. Second is Henrietta Fitzwater. She's in second position right now. Third is Keith Batson. So he's really no harm, no foul after the crash, after his dust up with Poteet. Kev Shear's in fourth position. Fifth is Dalton Day. Sixth is PJ Williams. Seventh is Ed Weinstein. Preston Port. Eighth. Ninth is Zachary Fitzwater. And 10th is Charlie Rodriguez. As the green waves once again, we're back underway here in Atlanta. Up through the gears. Here comes Henrietta Fitzwater inside of Becker for the lead. Now Kev Shear makes his way into the mix as well. The number 90 Publix Ford. Driving for Jenny Donlevy here. And here comes Dalton Day in 20. And Dalton's going to shove Kev Shear up to the number one. Well, almost number one. Fitzwater still in the lap. Shear has lead only for a moment, but here comes Dalton Day inside. Zed Weinstein gets into it. Michael Norman is in there, as well as Preston Plord in 18. Plord up trying to get to the top 5. Chris Starlton up there, Darian Taylor, Dylan Young, Trent Dunham, a lot of the veterans up there as well. And Weinstein barely led the lap. Here comes Plord for the lead. Gets a side right off Michael Norman, and he's going to get it in turn number 2. And now Chris Starlton gets in the mix with the help of Darian Taylor. And nope, Darian Taylor's going to make it 3 wide for the lead with the help of Dylan Young. And he's got it. Jeremy Dibby, who won it in Las Vegas, he's up there as well. So is Joshua Osborne in 19. And now it's Taylor, Young, and Dunham, the top 3 now. A Buick in the lead, a Pontiac in second, and a Ford in third. And now here comes Dylan Young. He's got the number 1 spot now. Brings Doobie and Osborne and Brian Judge along with him, as well as Seth Cohen, 52. But now, and yellow flag waves again, and Dylan Young won the race back to the line. It looks like it was Austin Tally again in car 21. And Henrietta Fitzwater looks like she's got some back end damage on her car. They got 4 wide, yeah. 4 wide and locked together between Henrietta Fitzwater, Brody Talley, Kyle Matthews, and Joshua Collard. Car goes into Matthews, sends Matthews into Talley, which sends Talley into Fitzwater. Since Fitzwater with a damaged car, Talley's into the wall as well as Mike Becker, just an innocent victim there with Mike Becker. And I have a suspicion Austin Talley is going to be in this crash as well. Yep. Just clips Mike Becker's car and it sends Talley into a sideways slide and into the wall in the backstretch just coming out of turn 2. On board Austin Talley's car. Driving out of turn 2 and oh crap. Managed to get that car to start the last spin he had, but not this time for Austin Talley. Mike Becker's view. Mike Becker was able to get his dying engine to start. And after that whole deal, but pace car now looks out on the pit road as we get set for now for a restart. We will have 17 laps to go. No, we'll have 19 laps to go, rather, excuse me. As we complete 14 of the books here, Dylan Young has the lead. Jeremy Doobie in second. Joshua Osborne is in third. Now Osborne goes inside of Doobie for second position. He's going to get it. Remember, those three, Osborne, Doobie, and Young, all ran strong in the last race on the Tour at Las Vegas. And so too did the one behind Osborne, Trent Dunham. In the one car, Dunham started way back in the back. So did Chris Dollerton. And now Osborne going for the lead. He's going to get it in turn number 1. But he's got Chris Dollerton behind him. So is Seth Cole in 52 and Dalton Day in 20. Three wide racing. Here comes Seth Cole. He's got it in turn number 2, coming out of turn number 4. But look at Dalton Day. He's not giving it up here, and he wants to join in on the fun. So does Jordan Newman and Keith Batson. And they're saying, hey, this is fun. I want to join as well. And now, meanwhile, Jordan Newman goes for the lead in car 29. And here comes Batson. He's going to make a 3 wide in 28. He's got Trent Dunham shoving him in the 1. Dunham's back trying to make a go of it again. He's got Preston Plord shoving him, as well as Michael Norman and Charles Jackson. Charles beginning to pour the mayonnaise on now in the late laps of the event. And it's Preston Plord to the lead now. Dunham stuck up high now. He's going to fall in the clutches of Keith Batson. Now Michael Norman goes inside in 94. Who leads that lap? It's Plord who leads the lap. PJ Williams is out there, and Joshua Collard, who was involved in that last dust up, he's now making his way up to the top 5. Ian Dutta shoving him now. Kyle Matthews is up there. And Batson. And one little question now in that 9 car. Where did Jessica Shelton come from in the 9 car? We haven't talked anything of Jessica Shelton today, and now she's in the top. And she's suddenly now in the top 10. And she's involved in that train there with Ann Bass in a 322 of William Duncan's up there. Now Duncan goes inside of Shelton. And now here comes Galligan, car 17. Things happen quick in Atlanta. Lap speeds now well over 200 miles an hour. The pole speed, remember, was 197. William Duncan inside for the lead. He's got it. But here comes Sean Galligan, Johnny Gardner, Kyle Sosnowski is up there. 3 wide again for the lead. Johnny Gardner makes the move. And he's got it. Sosnowski inside as well for second. This looks like Talladega racing here at Las Vegas, or rather at Atlanta. Fail. Sosnowski to the lead now. Troy Rodriguez, I believe, led the lap. No, Sosnowski led the lap. He's got Kev Shearer right behind him in the 90 car, but here comes Chris Dalton in 33, and Dalton shoves Shearer up high now. And Dalton's got the helper in the 26 of Stephanie Naylor, a pair of green cars on the inside of another green car. Ten laps to go. Can you hold your breath for 10 laps? Stephanie Naylor, 26 is now up there. She's going for the lead now. Joshua Osborne up there. Dalton Day. And here comes Osborne. Does he lead the lap? No. Naylor does. Osborne now back up front. Car 19, the Bullseye Barbecue Sauce Ford Thunderbird, is now up there. Here comes Darian Taylor, car number 8. He dives inside, but Osborne throws the block, coming out turn number 4. Seth Cole's up there. He's trying to help Jordan Newman in 29. Michael Norman back up there. Dylan Young back up there. Seth Cole, 3 wide inside. Seth Cole to third. Michael Norman trying to make a move on Newman now. But here comes Dylan Young, 3 wide for the 4th spot. Grant Thomas is up there. Where did he come from? Where did Charles Jackson? He's up there now. Cole Daly, we haven't mentioned him today at all. And now 3 wide again for the lead. Here comes Seth Cole. And he's got it. Dylan Young shoving his buddy Seth Cole to the lead now. But now Dylan Young goes inside. Nothing doing. Lap traffic up ahead. I don't know if they might catch him. 6 laps to go. Trent Dunham trying for third on his buddy Dylan Young. And now Grant Thomas takes a spot from Seth Cole. Five laps to go now. Trent Dunham inside for the lead. Here comes Keith Batson. Batson for the lead. He's got it. Keith Batson has not won a race since season 9 in the series at Michigan. That was his last win. Zachary Fitzwater's now up there in 30. And he's got it. PJ Williams, Jessica Shelton, all making another go of it. 4 laps to go. What racing? Here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kyle Matthews is back up there now. Here comes William Duncan. He's up in the 4th position now, trying for 3rd. He's now inside of Matthews. Joshua Carr goes at it, tries it again another time. 3 to go. Shelton tucking in behind Fitzwater. Zachary Fitzwater looking for his first win of the season. Or looking for his second win of the season, rather. Shelton looking for her first. William Duncan looking for his first in his career in this series. And he's got the spot from Shelton. Now she's up high. Collard's up there. Galligan, Kev Shearer, he's back up there as well in the 90 car. 2 laps to go. Brian Judge is back up there. Duncan stuck up high. Who's it gonna be? Galligan now makes it a 3 wide inside for the lead. Here comes Sean Galligan. Back to the inside for the lead. Here comes Kev Shearer. Does he make the move? Brian Judge makes it into it. The white flag is waved. 1 lap remaining in Atlanta. Here comes Brian Judge. He's back. He's going inside now. He's got the help from Charles Jackson in the 5 car. Brian Judge looking for his first ever win in his career in this series. He's inside of Kev Shearer. Here they come up the 4th corner. Brian Judge, does he hold them all up? Charles Jackson makes a ditch to the inside. It is Brian Judge winning his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series outfit. He takes the win in Atlanta. What a finish! What racing! Those final 10 laps here at Atlanta look like a Saturday night trophy dash on the short track. But I tell you, that did not come without a challenge from Charles Jackson right to the end. Margin of victory, 0.42. Average speed, 135.140 on the average. Brian Judge gets his first ever win, the first for the Dave Marcus team. Charles Jackson second. Kev Shearer comes home third, a career best for him. Chris Dalton fourth. Fifth was Sean Galligan. Ann Batson sixth. Seventh was William Duncan. Eighth, Zed Weinstein. Jessica Shelton matches her car number in ninth. And 10th position to Charlie Rodriguez. Kyle Matthews, Seth Cole, Johnny Gardner, Dalton Day, Joshua Collard, Kyle Sosnowski, Zachary Fitzwater, Ian Dutta, Darian Taylor, and Joshua Osborne in the top 20. Whew. I tell you, after a race like this, I think we might need a break going before we get to Bristol. That was crazy. Racing the top 20 cars, separated by a little over 3/4 of a second. Here, some big names down. Let's check and see who all the notables down in the order. Trent Dunham, who was right up there for much of the race, he finishes 26th, so that's going to hurt him in the points a little bit. Never too early to think about points. Dylan Young's up was 22nd in the event. 4 cars out of the race: Austin Talley, Brody Talley, Mike Becker, and Dylan Poteet. For Becker and Poteet, their bad seasons come to or still continue. Cole Daly, big name in 30th position. Stephanie Naylor, 31st. Top 31 cars are separated by less than a second and a half here at Atlanta. That's crazy. It may be crazy in Atlanta, but for Brian Judge, he gets his first ever win in this series in his 4th career start. Jeremy Doobie wins is the leader of the points right now by 2 points now on Joshua Osborne. Kev Shearer right now is in 3rd position. 4th is Chris Dalton. 5th, Brian Judge. 6th is Johnny Gardner. 7th, Sean Galligan. 8th, Kyle Matthews. 9th is Trent Dunham. And 10th right now is Charlie Rodriguez. And all the way down to Kyle Sosnowski, who's in 20th in the points chase right now. Michael Norman right now is last place in the 38th position now in the points chase. Some big names down there, as we said. But as we head into the next race on the tour, which will be at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Food City 500. Don't miss it.